Hari Om. Welcome one and all to our AA studios. Very happy to meet you all today in our first session of Meet and Learn interview series. We have with us our esteemed guest, Mrs. Maha Krishnan, founder, director of Sri Kriti School of Music. A very warm welcome, Maha.
Thank you.
Hariom,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much. Hari Om
Hariom,
Kannamma.
ma'am. Hariom, ma'am.
Hari Om. Thank you. Thank you for your warm welcome.
Thank you. A child's horizon has to be widened. Opportunities has to be given to interact and learn, imbibe and adapt. AA's interview series is another endeavor to educate children through communicating with people from various walks of life who have chosen their path, proved themselves, and won many odds. So I felt the first guest who is really apt to interact with you and enrich your life your life journey with sharing her more experiences and enrich the journey will be a very apt guest we have today for evening who loves children just like me and is none other than Srimati Mahakrishnan.
Thank you.
Can we start with our questions, Maha?
Sure. So I actually, before we go to the questions, I do want to take a minute to thank you, Mahalakshmi, my namesake, a very successful, beautiful, talented, and another achiever that I've always looked up to. Thank you for inviting me to your Meet and Learn series. And I'm very honored actually to be, I think, am I the first one to be a part of this series? Okay, I'm extremely honored to start this series for Achieve Academy, and I am super excited to meet all the young achievers of your academy. So I cannot wait to get started. So yes, let's go ahead.
So
Let's go
much
ahead and
taking your time and being with us. That is really very sweet of you. We are really honored. Thank you so much. Okay, the first
thank you,
our
Maha.
young journalist, Nanda. Yes, Nanda.
Hi, Nanda. Where are you in the group? Okay, there you are.
Ma'am,
Okay.
how was your
Yes.
childhood days? How was your childhood days? What did you
Some internet issues. Her
So
voice is
I think
her
I
voice is
missed the
breaking.
second
Her
part
question:
of question.
how was your childhood phase, and what did you want to become? That was her question. Second part of the question was not looking here.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Nanda. My childhood was filled with music. I come from a family of musicians, and music was always a way of life for us. My mother, who was my first guru, actually was a state rank holder in Karnataka state back, I'm talking about like in the late 50s. So she made sure that all her children learned music. And of course, my best childhood memory is, we used to have a lot of power cuts back in those days. I'm sure you still do, but I remember in Delhi, we used to have power cuts. And I remember my mom would like sing a song or play the veena, and my brother, my sister, and I would kind of like sit around her and identify ragams, identify notes, and sing harmonies, do layers in music. So music was always there. I was part of competitions, events, performances, and I remember my parents, would drag us from one class to the other during weekends. So my childhood was filled with music, and I'm so happy the way it was, right? It just made, I think, our life very colorful and beautiful. So yeah, that's what I remember from my childhood days.
Beautiful. Yes, Gautam.
Ma'am, do you remember your first song, and can you sing 2 lines for us?
Oh, okay. Sure, I can. So, Gautam, are you the youngest in the group?
Yes.
Ma'am.
He is. He is. Okay. How old are you, Kanna?
10 years old, ma'am.
10 years old. Okay. Okay. So, my child, well, the story goes that, well, this is what I hear from my mom and my aunts, that as a 3-year-old, I would actually plonk myself on the divan in the living room and pretend the divan to be the stage, and I would just kind of sit there and sing. I guess I've always liked to perform, always liked to interact with an audience. I'm very comfortable doing all that. And they tell me I used to sing Samajavaragamana, classical. So, and I usually like to sing with my Shruti. So I'm going to actually play the Shruti. I'll just sing a couple of lines for you. ஒரே நிமிஷம். Just 2 lines, okay? Samajavaragamana sadhure Samajavaragamana sadhure Samajavaragamana sadhure Samajavaragamana sadhure Sarasaja Balatala Dita Vikyata Samajavaragamana Sadhure Sarasaja Balatala Dita Vikyata Samajavaragamana
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you. Sorry, I have a lot of allergies, some voice issues, but yes,
I
that
don't know
was, I
about all that.
believe.
உள்ளம் கொள்ளை போகுதே.
ஐயோ.
கொள்ளை வெள்ளத்தில் அடித்துக் கொண்டு போகிறதே. Thank you so much.
Maha.
Ma'am,
You're so
beautiful.
sweet.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The next question we are going to, okay?
Sure.
Yeah. Roshan?
Who was your biggest support when you started your music career, Mom?
Definitely my husband, Krishnan. I actually had another career prior to music. So when I decided to switch careers, it was definitely his support, his confidence in me, his faith in my talents. So, of course, in the initial years, my parents, the blessings of my guru, but later on, when I decided to kind of shift careers, it was absolutely my husband, Krishnan.
Yes, next question. Shubhita?
Ma'am, were you able to start your career in music easily, or you had to cross many hurdles?
Well, that would be the ideal life, right? If you didn't have any hurdles, but we all do. We all have challenges to face in life. And I will tell you that there have been many disappointments, many rejections, many failures in my journey. But I'm sharing all this with you not to dampen the enthusiasm of the young minds, but it's more to kind of tell you that you learn from your failures. There has to be a lot of learning. What have you learned? Okay, I have not done this well, and therefore, what is it that I can do differently so I can succeed? And so I had, like I said, I had many recordings. I still have many recordings in the pipeline that never released, that never actually got out and that were released. But I will say that when I was going through the process, it was a little disappointing. But thankfully, these days, the way you entertain or the way you distribute your music, it's changed dramatically. So we have all these streaming channels. Thanks to technology, we're able to promote ourselves through Facebook, through Insta, through YouTube. So if you have done some work, if you have done work that you think is, deserves attention, you're able to promote it yourself. And I think that is the biggest advantage. But I come from a generation where, we didn't have all those platforms. So when I started out as a musician, I'm talking about 22 years ago, the only channel was to go through, the music directors, the distributors, the movies, the ad firms, so on and so forth. So yes, I was disappointed at that time, but then I think as I got older, I learned to think out of the box and create music, but then promote it differently and made sure more people listen to my music through different channels. So yeah, sorry, that was like a long answer to your question, but I wanted to make sure these kids understand that life is not a bed of roses. I mean, it's not going to be smooth all the time. There will be disappointments, there will be challenges, but I think you should be strong enough to kind of face all those challenges and be successful. So that's my key message here to these kids.
Lovely. I think you've partly answered the next question of Roshni. Yes, Roshni.
Oh,
no problem. She's got another part of it. She'll tell you. Yes, Roshni, tell me.
Ma'am, did you think that you'll be a success or you just wanted to give it a try? Does luck play a part in our lives?
okay, I think I did. You're right. I did answer a part of that question. Well, I would say luck plays an important role in your life, but that doesn't mean that you don't do any work and completely depend on good karma and good luck. So what I believe is you have to do your bit. You have to be extremely driven. You have to be focused. You have to be hardworking, dedicated, and do all that you can do under your control, and then leave it to God for us. So I think luck plays a big role, and definitely the blessings from elders and God, and building a good karma. When I say karma, make sure you do good actions, make sure you do good things, so you're able to build that good positive energy around you all the time.
Beautiful answer. Thank you so much. Okay, so much. Gautam?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what motivated you to put in your best foot forward every time?
I think we all have this fire in the belly, right? I mean, we always want to do something extraordinary, something different. So, Gautam, what is it that you want to become? Tell me.
I want to
When you
become
go,
an astronaut.
wow. See, that's a great ambition to have, and I'm sure I'm sure you will do anything to become an astronaut, right? So you have to start building that drive in you. I think, from when you're young. And believe me, the fire will never die because, you always want to achieve, you always want to do different things. So I guess maybe I'm digressing from your question, but my point is if you are self-motivated, you will always be happy and you will always succeed. And I strongly believe, guys, that you don't have to look outside for motivation. I don't want you to wait for the perfect opportunity, or I don't want you to wait for a perfect friend to come and tell you, hey, do this, or I don't want you to look outside for motivation. You have to make sure that you are motivating yourself all the time. And how do you do that? By reading, by working hard, by staying focused, right? And by staying alert and by drawing inspiration from people who inspire you, right? So let me ask one of you guys, so who's your biggest inspiration? Just any answer.
Roshni?
Any?
Yeah, tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe people like you, Maha, ma'am, or any other people who has worked very hard and had went to the position. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, so you actually look around, stay alert. So my point is, don't look outside for people or wait for opportunities. But if you are alert and if you're learning from people outside your zone, you will always be motivated and there will always be that fire in the belly.
That's a wonderful, actually, good advice also, and very beautiful. It's just a life in a nutshell, so well expressed. So, in fact, I tell them, you don't look for outside, just like similar to what you said. And I always tell, if you
Sure.
feel you need appreciation, just pat yourself in the back. That's all. You pat yourself and keep moving. You've done a good job, but it was not noticed. It's fine. your next time is going to be noticed, or maybe the 10th time or the 20th time. Whenever you have to be noticed, you will be noticed. But it doesn't mean you stop your
Absolutely.
efforts. So, keep
Absolutely.
beautiful. The next question, two interrelated question from Nanda and Roshan.
Okay.
So Nanda will go the first. Nanda.
Ma'am, why did you quit your previous job?
Roshan.
Ma'am, did anyone inspire you to take up this profession?
So why did I quit my previous job? And Roshan, I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question very clearly.
Ma'am, did anyone inspire you to take up this profession?
Okay, so I think I gave away a lot of these answers earlier, but why did I quit my previous job? Like I said, I wanted to do something different, and I think I was having a conversation with Maha the other day, and I said that was probably the most difficult decision I made because I was enjoying what I was doing. So I actually I have an MBA in marketing, and I was doing a lot of strategic analysis, business analysis for a very large financial corporation for a long time, and I really was having a lot of fun. I was learning a lot, so it was very difficult for me to quit that successful career and move on to something that was totally unknown to me, as in terms of opportunities, right? I knew I always wanted to sing, but to take that kind of to the next level was a little bit of a, it was not easy. But again, like I said, I've always motivated myself very well. I've always drawn inspiration from people who have done something different, who've gotten out of their box, comfort zone, and done something different. So, yes, so I think it was motivation from within, the fire. Like I said, I always talk about this fire that I have. And I know even when I'm 80 years old, I'll have that fire because I think, like I said, we're all just born with that. So, yeah, so I had that spark and I decided to change my career. And inspiration definitely from people around me. There are so many people that I draw inspiration from. So did we lose somebody in the this? I think somebody just
No.
lose connection. Everybody is there?
Everybody's there.
Okay.
One will join. They will join back again. So it happens during recording sometimes. Okay.
No
so
problem. Okay.
Thank you. The next question is from Rakshana. She's got two questions for you. Okay. Yes, Rakshana.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste,
ma'am.
Karna. Namaste, Rakshana. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you, ma'am.
You know what that
So
means?
moving on.
You know what Rakshana means?
Yeah, ma'am, my mom told me that it meant protection.
Absolutely. There you go. Good. I love that
Yeah,
name.
moving
Okay.
on to my question.
Mhm.
Mom, what inspired you to make a difference in people's lives through music? And how did you plan and organize the fundraising event?
Great question, Rakshana. I've always wanted to make a difference in people's lives, and I have always reached out to people who have needed help, not necessarily through music, but also other means.
ma'am.
But I was able to use, I am able to use Shikrati and my Varasiddhi. Varasiddhi is a nonprofit organization that I run, and I'm able to use these two companies as platform to help people. And honestly, guys, I really believe that. I love this Winston Churchill's quote. It's one of my favorite quotes, and I try to live by that every day, which is you make a living by what you get, but you make a life by what you give. So, and I strongly believe in that quote. And I've been fortunate, to have that kind of support system, that kind of opportunities to help people. So, to give you an example, we had a fundraising event. So, we collaborated with the Shankar Mahadevan Academy Trust, and we helped raise funds to help musicians that were impacted by COVID. Now, past COVID, we are trying to help old and struggling musicians in India. So, like I said, you always have to be alert. And see who needs help. And it doesn't have to be monetary. Really. It really doesn't have to be monetary. And I will actually tell you kids that you should start this young. I have noticed that uh, the generation doesn't spend too much time with the older generation. Now, how many of you spend time? I'm sure you all have, tatas and parties, like
Yeah,
grandparents
ma'am.
with you or closer. How many of you take time to go spend time with them or play? I mean, let's say if your grandfather likes to play the chess, do you go spend time with your grandfather? They all do that. So that's a great thing. That's a great start. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be monetary. You just have to look around, be alert, and see what people need. And different people need different things. Some may need some money, some may need food, some may need just your time. So I think you should start that early.
Got it, ma'am.
Wonderful. That is really thing, especially for the musicians. I saw the program also. It's really good. Really
Thank you, Maha. Like I said, it's just blessings that came together, and we were able to do that. So thank you.
Shubhika?
Ma'am, can you compare your life before and after Sri Kirti School of Music?
Well, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey for all the reasons that I mentioned earlier. It helps me grow as a person. It helps me help other people through my social platforms, and I do see a lot of people getting inspired from my journey. And I have a strong student base. My youngest is 7-year-old. My oldest is 92 years young. So I do see that, music is making a lot of difference in people's lives. And I actually love that about my profession. So it's been an amazing journey. Thank you, Shrutika, for your question.
Thank you. Thank you. Nanda, I think, for that you just answered that, but then there's a second part of the question which you can
Sure.
a few lines. Nanda? Yes, Nanda?
Yes, ma'am. What is the age groups of your students? Can you talk a few lines about them?
Okay, yes, I did answer that question. So I teach Tiruppugar Monday nights, and I have close to 40 students. And in that group, my oldest is 92 years, Pati. And she's not just a participant, but she's not just, like a spectator. She's not just there to listen to other people sing, but she's an active participant. So she signs up for songs, she practices. She's very hardworking, very dedicated, very enthusiastic, very energetic. And maybe I can share a recording of her song later on. I might have it in my phone. But such an inspiring young party she is. So she's 92 years old, like I said, and and she keeps the group going, And imagine at that age to even take a smartphone and, type messages, right? And coherently. That's amazing. That's amazing.
True. Totally agree. So the next question is for Roshan. Yes, Roshan?
Yeah, mom. What is it you like the most in what you're doing now, mom?
One more part of the question is there. Roshni?
Okay.
Have you ever regretted leaving a very satisfying and lucrative career?
I like the way Roshni, she's Roshni, right? I like the way she asks questions. That's important, guys. I will tell you, in public speaking, it's good to have a good body language, good hand gestures. So, Roshni, kudos to you for that. Now I forgot the question. What did you say? After all, you said, do I regret the
Leaving
my
your
career?
another career.
And the first part was, what was the question, Kanna?
What did you like the most in what you're doing now, mom?
Yes, I think I answered that question earlier, right? The fact that I'm able to inspire and make a difference. And that kind of answers the second part of the question too. I actually don't have regrets. I'm happy what I'm doing, and I'm happy that I'm able to follow my dream. And yes, by God's grace, I have no regrets.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. So we have Gautam here. Gautam, this is the almost the last question, Maha. Okay,
Mhm.
Gautam.
Ma'am, what qualities do you think today's gen should develop?
Oh, okay. I think a lot of it I mentioned throughout my answers, but I can kind of reiterate that for you. Um, you all absolutely have to get an education first. It's nice to have hobbies, it's nice to have another profession, but it's absolutely important to have, get education out of your way. So like I got an MBA and then I decided to switch careers and I would never do it, the other way around. So what I mean by that is um, once you are educated, once you have a stable job, once you have a good income, then parallelly you can follow your dream. And this is just my opinion, guys, and maybe a lot of people don't agree with me, you know, but I feel like if you have a good basic degree, then you can kind of spend your own money to pursue what you want to become. So, for example, if let's say Roshni wants to be a dancer, you want to be a rap singer, and you want to be an actress, they're all great dreams, good things to have as hobbies. But then, as a profession, my advice would be to kind of get a degree, make sure you're competitive, you got your grades, you've made your parents and everyone happy, you have a steady job, and then spend the extra time to go do whatever you want to do, like maybe play golf or whatever. That's the first thing I would say. So basically, to do that, you have to be hardworking, stay focused, and the other thing that I like is be alert. Try and draw inspiration from people around you, and don't wait for opportunities to knock at your door. That'll never happen. You have to get out there, put yourself in that position, like out there in the world, create opportunities for yourselves. Okay, and then be respectful, be thankful, count your blessings, and we all have challenges in life. We all face failures. We all face rejections. But the strength of the character is when you're able to come out of it with grace, and you know, with grace, and you how you move on is the key. Absolutely. So I don't know if I can go on and on with more advice, but these are just lessons learned that I have, lessons learned from my journey. So
That's a beautiful answer, a capsule of whatever you've been talking about. Well put in a short form. Thank you so much, Maha, and it has been such an enriching interview with a lot of life learning lessons which you would have gathered with your journey, but which was shared
yes,
so well with kids, and I'm sure my kids have gone one step further with more.
I hope so.
Yes,
Thank you.
they have. You can see the expression between Roshni's face. So
Oh,
the kids have really been, blessed actually to interact with people who have really crossed the path with lot of hurdles, disappointments. And yes, they should know that life is not easy and opportunities don't come to your door and you wait. And they know, but they need to hear it again and again from various
true.
people who have crossed and who have made it a success today. That is true, and that is really a wonderful, an interactive session with you. We're so happy and so honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So before I leave, I do want to take a minute to congratulate my namesake, my beautiful Mahalakshmi. And children, you got to give a big round of applause to her. And and you should actually do a big pat on your back, Maha, because I have been observing the Achieve Academy. I've seen the growth, I've seen the progress, and I know it's been very difficult through the pandemic, but you've always kind of uh, thought out of the box and you've always come up with creative and innovative ideas to keep these kids so engaged. And I'm a teacher too, and I know that it's a challenge to keep this generation engaged and focused and entertained, and you have done a tremendous job of that. So I do want to congratulate you and your Achieve Academy, and I wish you all success. And I really, I'm so happy that I got an opportunity to meet with these young achievers, and I wish each one of you the best. And I hope, you continue to have that fire in the belly, and you're all out there doing what you like to do. And wish you good luck and lots of blessings and love, hugs, and kisses.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maha. So kind of you. And it is really very, very sweet of you to express in this way. We are really humbled and we are really very, very, very happy. So
Thank you. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Hari Om.
and wonderful job with your kids. And, when you're attached with kids and when you do things for kids, I think I feel always, I call them demigods. It's like you're interacting with Bhagavan. Bhagavan is giving you an opportunity every day to look at him, and maybe he's so sweet, he's so innocent, he's so loving, he's so giving. It's just like that. So that's what I think it makes you so lively. And thank you so much. So honored to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.